Hello, my little sushi rolls. And just recently, if you're anything like me, you've probably got a friends list full of people on Steam who have been playing nothing but this, Vampire Survivors. So I thought I'd take a look at it and see what it was all about. It's on a streamer safe music. I don't actually know what difference that makes because I'm not aware of any licensed music in this, but well, you know, just in case. Anyway, so if you haven't come across this before, this is sort of a... It's got sort of roguelike elements in that you repeatedly play and there's permadeath. But it's got roguelite elements in that you buy permanent upgrades to improve your abilities. There's lots of things to collect as you go through. And getting various achievements will unlock even more items to appear in the game as well. So there's elements of roguelikes, there's elements of roguelites, there's elements of incremental games. But let's just play. Let's see how it goes. So we'll play as Antonio, who gains 10% more damage every 10 levels, up to a maximum of 50%, and he starts with a whip. Right. So in Vampire Survivors, as the name suggests, your job is to survive the vampires. And that's it. The only controls in this are directional controls. Move around with WSAD as I'm doing here. I don't actually know if it supports gamepad. I haven't tried, and I don't have my gamepad to hand right now. Level up. So we can now get Santa Water, which generates damaging zones. We can get Garlic, which damages nearby enemies, reduces resistance to knockback and freeze. Or we can upgrade our whip. So I'm going to upgrade my whip for now, which means I can now hit in both directions. All of your attacks in this are completely automatic. They happen at regular intervals. So they have their own sort of set cooldown, as it were. And some of the upgrades you can get for the weapons improve that cooldown. Okay, so now we don't have anything that we've already got, so we can collect something new. So if I get Magic Wand, fires at the nearest enemy. That's quite a handy one. You see, that's basically increasing our overall damage output, because now not only are we whipping, but we're also firing magic as well. Pot roast to restore some health. And the blue gems on the ground, those are the experience points. You don't get experience just for killing stuff. You have to actually pick up the blue gems to get the experience. That glowing blue bat takes a lot of damage to take down. But enemies like that typically drop treasure chests, which tend to have immediate upgrades in them, as well as a bunch of gold, which is the stuff that you spend between playthroughs on upgrading your base abilities. Okay, so now we can get a knife which fires quickly in the face direction, a King Bible which orbits around the character, or armor which it reduces incoming damage by 1. Let's get the knife, because I've not actually tried using the knife yet. This is very much a directional weapon. There's the Magic Wand. Automatically aims at things. Oh god, big horde of bats. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh. Do I want more projectiles, or do I want to reduce weapons cooldown? Let's get more projectiles. Now, as you saw, taking a load of damage isn't necessarily a bad thing, because, well, I mean, it is a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a sign that you should immediately give up, like in some roguelikes. Because there are opportunities to heal yourself. They do come up relatively frequently. Knife. Upgrade the knife. Upgrade the knife. Increasing firepower is always good. The tricky bit with the knife is aiming it, because you got to face your enemies to make use of it. But it does fire very quickly, which is useful. So if you know you're going to be heading directly into danger, the knife can work pretty nicely. That's a whole lot of experience there that we need to grab ready. So let's do our best to nab it all. So as I record this, I haven't looked into where this game came from or anything. It just sort of seemed to appear on Steam recently. And I saw loads of people playing it on my Steam friends list. So whatever I just picked up there, that does that awesome flaming attack. Yeah, I just happened to see like loads of people playing it on my Steam friends list, and I was like, is that rubbish, or is it something worth taking a look at? And you know, it was £2, so I don't really mind giving it a try for £2, and it turns out it's good fun. It's an early access game, so they are planning to sort of expand this and continue to add new stuff to it. I think they're planning to add some new levels. I think there's like 2 main levels in this at the minute. I believe I read somewhere, possibly one of the achievements, that you have to get to level 10 on this first stage to unlock the other one, I think. Magic wand. More magic wand. More magic wand. More projectiles is always good. Could really use some roast beef right now. Give me that definitely not Castlevania pot roast, if you please. That would be lovely. Oh, there's a chest. Give me that. Treasure found! Oh, it's a good one as well. It's got 3 things in it. And they're all daggers. Okay. So, fires 1 more projectile, base damage up by 5. Oh god. Okay. Augment max health by 10%. Oh, pot roast. Look at all the knives I can throw now. Watch out for the circle of deadly flowers. That actually does disappear after a little while if you just sort of leave them to it, but you can also blast a hole in it to make your way outside, and that's probably a sensible approach, particularly if you're trapped in the middle with a lot of dudes. There they go. More treasure. Yeah, the streamer safe music option changes the background music. I don't know what the standard one is and what the copyright situation is on it, but I guess if they've specifically changed it for a streamer safe mode, it's one that gets hit by copyright strikes. Then I don't know. Anyway, the other tune's cool. It's very very Castlevania-y. Without actually being Castlevania. There we are, now we're getting our health back. This is a good run. Nice thing about the items is that they don't disappear. So if you know that you've got a pot roast lying around waiting for you somewhere, you can leave it there, and as long as you remember where it is, you can go back and get it at any point. There's sort of strategically doing that becomes an increasingly major part of this game as you progress. Because as you can see, the longer you continue, the more powerful enemies show up, and the more dangerous groups of enemies show up as well. Let's upgrade the whip some more. Big whip. Yeah, horde of bats. Horde of bats. Horde of bats. Another horde of bats. Another horde of bats. Another horde of bats. Possibly the same horde of bats. I don't know. Dodge. And kill. Dodge and kill. That is what this entire game is. See, look at the number of enemies that are coming for us now. Oh, the stopwatch. That's a great power-up. Because now we can just sort of wander into the middle of them and slaughter them a bit at a time while they do nothing. Whip. Treasure chest, yes please. Another whip power-up. Sweet. Base damage up by 5, base area up by 10. Cool. It's getting a bit cozy in here. Do want all those lovely gems though. All the lovely experience gems. Yum, yum, yum. Knife. More knife projectiles. I'm not going to say no to that. Another pot roast. Another pot roast. Oh, loads of pot roasts. They're all over the place. I got nothing to fear. Apart from fear itself. Yes, please. More projectiles. Give me more projectiles. Oh, God. Dodge. Oh, these things are quite tough, aren't they? I believe some weapons are more effective than others. Certain things, you see some of the damage numbers that are appearing red. And I think that means that you're using an effective weapon on that enemy. It's either that or a critical hit. Oh no, I died! Damn! Oh well, survived 9 minutes 51, earned 368 gold, reached level 15, defeated 1,676 enemies, and the magic wand was my most valuable weapon. Okay, good. Right. I don't think that's really enough money to upgrade much. I'm going to get some more max health. I'll add some recovery. Or augment the area of attacks. I think we'll do that. Alright, let's play again. So you see, you start again. It just starts from the beginning again. I'm not yet sure if there's a way to start with more weapons and or more enemies. Let's try the fire wand. But yeah, the start of each game can feel a little bit slow. But it does ramp up reasonably quickly. And as you can see, it doesn't take a ton of experience to level up at the beginning of the game. Alright, let's also get the magic wand. So the fire wand fires at a random enemy, whereas the magic wand fires at the nearest enemy. Fire wand is pretty damn powerful though. Let's reduce weapon cooldown. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh dear. Base damage for fire wand up. Sure. Swarm of bats time. As my wife said when she saw me playing this earlier, that is too many bats. Nobody needs that many bats. It's just too many bats. Double direction whip. Why not? This means I have to face everything now. Apparently luck is a good stat to buy upgrades in to begin with, because the higher that is, the more chance you have of having 4 options each time you level up instead of just 3. Magic wand. Yes, please, to the pot roast. Oh, treasure chest! I want it! I want it, but there's a million skeletons in the way. Get out of my way! There are too many of you! All cooldowns reduced. Give me stuff! Magic wand upgrade? Yes, please. Reduce cooldown? Yes. I can definitely get behind a more rapidly firing magic wand. Let's add this thing. Oh no, I'm gonna die. That was foolish. Very foolish. Very foolish indeed. Alright, I haven't really got much more money. Let's try again. Let's go with the Melda this time, because she starts with the magic wand. And instead of getting stronger with levels, the more levels she gets, the more experience she gets. So she should be able to level up a little bit quicker. But yeah, starting with the magic wand is nice, because it means you can immediately keep at a distance from everything. Let's get the fire wand as well. Yeah, I've got some people on my friends list who've like already sunk like 40 hours into this. I can see why. I mean, it's a really simple game, but it's definitely got that just one more go factor about it. And I appreciate the fact that its aesthetic is somewhere, some strange sort of no man's land that is somewhere halfway between Castlevania and Windows 3.1 game. Viewers of a certain age will know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, could you not just see this? Could you not just see this on a shareware CD circa 1995? Get the Santa... Oh, double level up. Raise inflicted damage. Yeah, I could absolutely see this as mid to late 90s shareware. It's like, get the full version now for the full range of weapons and all that sort of thing. But now instead we have the early access model instead, where you pay a low price now in the knowledge that you haven't got, quote unquote, the full game. Nice thing about this game, though, is that by its very nature, it feels complete now. It feels complete now. And anything they add on top of this is just additional things to have fun with, which is cool. So, games like this are the sort of situation where early access can work rather well. So when you have games that are outright unfinished or don't work properly released into early access, that is perhaps a bit more of a cause for concern, but as it stands, in its current form, this is more than worth the asking price and worth supporting. Alright, let's have some more holy water. I'm sorry, Santa water. Does anyone remember that mobile game monstrosity, Final Fantasy All the Bravest, that Square Enix did a while back? And it was just the very worst bits of mobile games in one convenient package, with Final Fantasy rather cynically slapped on top of it. If they'd made a game like this, that would have been great. Imagine sort of being able to play as the different Final Fantasy jobs and unlocking new weapons and spells and stuff, and fighting iconic Final Fantasy enemies like this. But no, they had a thing where you rub your finger across the screen repeatedly to make everyone attack, requiring no strategy, no skill, and deep pockets. So just like any other mobile game then. Base damage up. Yeah, mobile game is such a shame, because I was working for Apple at the time the iPhone launched, and during the launch of the App Store for the iPhone. And for a while it really did look like mobile gaming was going to become this amazing new force in gaming, doing fantastic original things. But then the moment they announced in-app purchases were going to become a thing, I knew that was the beginning of the end. And when developers like NG Moko, who started off creating some of the absolute best, most creative, most well put together iOS games, when they started getting into the tap and wait Farmville bullshit, I knew that was definitely it. There was no going back from there. Now, fortunately, the spirit of those early days of iOS development has very much sort of... I mean, it was already a thing in the indie scene at the time, but it's even more so now, I think. With the absolute state that... the absolute state that sort of mainstream gaming is in at the minute, with all the sort of NFT talk and that sort of thing. There's a real place for creatives who want to sort of support the real heart of gaming, the classic creative side of gaming. There's a real place for people to sort of attack that with renewed vigor. Because people want it. People want those games. People want those creative games. They want those weird games, those interesting games, the games that they can tell their friends about, and which sound incredibly weird on paper, which were actually a whole load of fun. And that's where stuff like this comes in. Ooh, pot roast. Yes, please. Give me that. Give me that. I'll garlic you all. I'll garlic you all. I will. Ouch. Please let me... I just want the meat. I just want the meat. Why won't you let me have the meat? Base damage up. Give me that. Ah, hot meat. Just what I needed. Oh, no, no. Lovely big chunk of experience in the middle there, but there's so many enemies. There's so many enemies. Just whittle them down. Whittle them down. Bit at a time. Just whittle them down with the garlic. Nice. Damage up from the fire wand. Oh, I'm so close to that big chunk of experience. So close. Another pot roast. Yes, please. Yeah. Yes. There we go. Oh. Oh god. Oh god. That was the worst timing for all of that to happen. Gotta be another pot roast somewhere. Gotta be one somewhere. Right? Of course. These big bats do not want to go down, do they? Yeah. The garlic's a good weapon, eh? That constant zone of danger around yourself. That does make it quite practical to wade into the middle of a big group of enemies, as long as you don't actually let them touch you. Nice. More Santa water. Ooh, lots of experience down here. I haven't 100% figured out if the map loops yet. I think it might. What have we got here? More garlic. Yes, please. Base area up by 40%. Damage up by 2. Nice. Oh. Oh god, I suck. I suck so bad. Anyway, defeat a total of 5,000 enemies. You've unlocked the lightning ring and get fire 1 to level 4, and that unlocks a new character who definitely isn't Alucard. Cool. Right, well, that is Vampire Survivors. That's available now on Steam for like £2. It's like £2.09 or something, I think. Definitely worth your time. Definitely worth your time. But I will not be held responsible if you find yourself wasting an awful lot of time playing that game, because it's very addictive. Very addictive. Anyway, we'll leave that there for today. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.